When it comes to managing the economy, I'm kind of at the approach that you need to win every round in arenas. So I pretty much spend all my economy every round. My role within my team is the IGL.
I'm the one getting info a lot and tell it to my teammates, so I'm the first guy.
I'm a very methodical player, but once we get the entry damage, I'm a very aggressive player. So we probably prefer close range mostly. Like, we don't really go for snipers at all. We mostly play like assault rifles or shotguns, and we force the close range fights where we feel like we're better than most teams.
My favorite category of weapons are like close range shotguns and SMGs and pistols. I'm usually the first guy in the fight and getting openers and stuff like that, so close range is best for me.
I definitely prefer assault rifles, even in arenas as well. I prefer the flatline mostly, and I usually only go for like level 1 to 2 flatline and then having an evade by the side. It's my preferred choice for sure. In the opening round, I would purchase the flatline since I feel like it's very strong for the first round and it suits my playstyle more than, say, the wingman, for example.
I usually just go for a wingman and upgrade the Mozambique ones, so that's usually my round one.
Personally, I don't feel like you can really get anything out of the last 50, so I usually just save them. I don't feel like buying a syringe is worth it, for instance.
I mean, it's just like extra 50 I have left, so why not?
The main reason I wouldn't go for something cheaper is because you only have such a low amount of economy in the first round. So I feel like focusing on your primary weapon is more important, since you start with a Mozambique or a P2020 anyways. And then you can always go for the materials like the shield batteries that are already in the match, instead of focusing on buying that in the first round.
I will say wingman is like one of the best weapons, so I usually use wingman every time. If I would have infinite money in arenas, I would buy a purple wingman and a purple bolt Eva, and then all the heals I can get.
I would have a fully kitted flatline and a fully kitted evade, and then maybe a couple shield batteries, frag grenades, arc stars.
I will buy all the batteries and shield cells and 3 arc stars and everything.
I'd probably buy all of them if money was no object. I'd probably have zipline and grapple, or like 5 jump pads, I guess, if it was no object.
In arenas, there is kind of pointless to pick up snipers or some rifles like G7 Scout.
My playstyle is, I would say, it's between like slow to like medium pace.
I try to play for endgame basically. We're not rushing at the first seconds. We're trying to play with zone. We're trying to poke enemy because we knew that we have more batteries than they have, and we're trying to exhaust them before a real last fight. So we're gonna be healthy, as much healthy, and they're gonna be like low HP.
Some of the weapons I use would probably be snipers or like scouts, like marksman weapons. Also wingman.
I prefer to play with wingman and SMGs, and of course Eva shotgun. I think this is like the best loadout for arenas.
Going into round 1, I would buy the Havoc.
My default and my whole team default is for first round is by wingman.
The reason why I would buy a Havoc is it's a very, very strong weapon up close.
The best pick is a wingman for us because it requires only aim, right? And it's good enough to make a damage to poke enemy, and whoever hits most, those guys will win the first round as a rule.
I'd also buy 2 shield cells to go with this in case my team also needs shield cells, because you also get a limited amount. It allows my team to obviously choose like other weapons and like other choices of abilities and stuff. And I'd also buy an extra grapple for Pathfinder, so I can like work around the map and play based on how my teammates are playing.
My dream loadout for arenas is purple wingman, purple Eva as a second gun.
For the weapons I would use Carbine and Eva. I would both max them out to purple and choose 2x on the Carbine and 1x on the Eva.
Then 3 frag grenades, as many bars as I can buy.
The max meds that you can, obviously, to keep your like team, but not only yourself, like stable throughout the whole like match. I would also buy Pathfinder's Ultimate and the max grapples.
And abilities with my ultimate zipline. So yeah, this is my best loadout in my mind.
So also depending on the map, I would choose either Arc Star or Frag Grenades as my main choice of grenade.
Usually I never use more than 2 or 3 grapples, but I will definitely buy more if I could. If I have like a lot of spare money, I will buy more, just in case. But usually 2 is more than enough for me.
I play very smart, I would say. I know how to build advantages and then punish people.
So my position for arenas is usually somewhere in between of like everybody. I'm trying to find an opening so I can call to my teammates to make a push basically, or take an advantage of the advantage that I basically created.
My personal playstyle in arena specifically is to poke out the resources. One of the main flaws in arena is that resources is very scarce, and just poking people out and then you just walking up on the first advantage you get is the easiest way to kill anyone.
Whoever creates an advantage for us, I'm just basically the one that is immediately rushing and trying to help. So the weapons I buy are usually the wingman. I try to upgrade it to get the red dot on it. That is usually enough. I don't need the extended heavy mags for it.
In arena I play flatline every round. It's just too good and you get so much ammo when you buy it, level 1.
And the rest of my economy I basically spend on cells, medicine, just something that, you know, gives me an advantage in fights and in case like I win trades and stuff.
So I'm good for all ranges. You start poking ranges and then you go up close and you get an advantage. For round 1 in arenas, I normally buy flatline and Mosin.
I still go for the wingman just because it's really good poking gun and it doesn't require much to enable it.
You always pick Mozambique over P20 if you can, always.
And as my secondary, just the Mozambique, like anything that I can buy with it. With unlimited money, I would for sure buy the last version or like the last upgrade of the EVA 8. I'll buy as many utility as I can, as many shields and health. And for my primary gun, I would say it depends on the map, but usually it is either the wingman or the vault.
I would probably play full on flatline, purple flatline and purple EVA, and then also stack with bats and nades.
Then I would buy the last upgrade of the wingman, of course, with the best attachments, but I would still choose the red dot as my favorite optic.
I mean, if unlimited, you would just max out. So yeah, just bats, meds, nades, everything.
The tips I can give to upcoming players in this mode is that obviously take advantage of the map, try to take as many angles as possible. Don't rush towards the enemy without getting any kind of an advantage. That should basically set up the base for winning the trades and the team fights.